Have you ever wanted to know about a kangaroo's life? This topic should be important to all of us because they are one of many unique species that live in our world with us. Kangaroos are a unique animal species with many fascinating qualities. So to advance on this, I would like to talk about their habitat, diet, predators, and their caring of their young. To begin, I would like to talk about their habitat. In July 23rd, 2024 article by Bailey published on the website .co says that kangaroos are mostly commonly found in Australia. But with that being said, one of the locations that they live in Australia is called the grasslands. Grasslands is a flat plain that has the occasional tree throughout. The second location is the shrublands. As explained in the name, it's basically that there's shrubs throughout the whole entire land. Lastly, but not least, is the woodlands. The woodlands is along the same line as the shrublands, but it has trees throughout the land instead of shrubs. In addition, I would like to talk about their diets. In June 27, 2025, an article by the editors of the Encyclopedia Bacterica website published on an article says, kangaroos are herbivores, which means they eat plants. Their diet mostly consists of different types of grasses because it is accessible on all of their habitat locations. Along those same lines, they live throughout their other locations. There's vegetation everywhere, which means that they can eat shrubs and tree leaves throughout. Next, I would like to talk about their predators. In May 28, 2021, an article by Nature published by the PBS website says that kangaroos have two main common predators. One of them being us, people, because we are always advancing, changing, growing, and trying new things, which means that we're a danger to them and their habitats. According to PBS, and in an article with no publication date and no author, called Dingoes, published by the website The Australian Museum, says that the second threat to kangaroos is an animal called a dingo. A dingo is an ancient wild dog that lives in Australia with a golden yellow and white coat. Lastly, I would like to talk about the caring of their young. In May 21st, 2025, an article by Mick Persian published on the website Discover Wildlife says that kangaroos carry their young, known as joeys, a little bit differently than us mammals. What I mean by this is that, firstly, joey's gestational period is 34 days, which means that they only live in their mother's stomachs for a short amount of time before they're born, which means that they're underdeveloped. Secondly, since they're underdeveloped, when they're born, they crawl up their mother's fur, which allows to go to their pouch, which allows them to get nutrients so that they can grow for a few months afterwards. Lastly, after those few months of growing, they're allowed to get out of their mother's pouch for an allotted amount of time, which until they are fully born to live on their own. As in these pictures above, they are really small in their gestational period, and then they grow just a tiny bit between the foal and a few months. In conclusion, kangaroos are a very unique animal species with many fascinating qualities. So again, we looked at their habitats, their diet, their predators, and caring of their young. As a result, we can all now say that we've heard about kangaroos and their lifestyle.